Alright, so Jon Gruden says he's still interested in coaching. He's also still radioactive in the NFL. Some people still seem to think he's some amazing coach for some reason. So let's talk about where he might end up. First off, the Florida Gators. Obviously, Billy Napier's days are numbered. He's like the captain of the Titanic, if his passengers were a bunch of has-beens with an overinflated sense of their own importance. He's going down with the ship, and the only question now is how many lifeboats the players can find in the transfer portal. Now yes, Jon Gruden said some very offensive things. But the state of Florida's football team might be even more offensive than Gruden's emails. And don't forget, this is the team that still wishes that scumbag Urban Meyer would come back. Next, the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Razorbacks may be getting rid of Sam Pittman this year, but they've already got a creep in waiting, Bobby Petrino. Jon Gruden seems like the trashier hire to me, so I say if this is Pittman's last year with the Razorbacks, they'll stick with the weasel they know. Finally, the Vanderbilt Commodores. Coming off a loss to the Georgia State Panthers, you got to imagine Clark Lee is on the hot seat. In college football, you just have to get one job to wash your sins away, aside from Art Briles, the exception that proves the rule. And this could be just the bath Gruden needs to get back into the game. So who's getting Gruden? Overall, I think Florida is so desperate to prove that this 14-year roller coaster ride through the sewers isn't the new status quo, that they're the ones who are going to throw Gruden a bone. Will Gruden be a good college football coach? I doubt it. He's never been a head coach in college, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles the recruiting grind. At least all the NIL money will make it a little more familiar to him, but he really wasn't that great in the pros either. Won a Super Bowl a long time ago and proceeded to be average for the rest of his career. Actually, maybe he'd be right at home in Gainesville. One problem I see him having to deal with is the transfer portal. Unlike in the NFL, of course, players don't have contracts. Florida Victorious could structure their NIL deals to make staying more attractive, like bonuses for being there a certain amount of seasons, but ultimately it's still the transfer rules and their eligibility that's going to control where they can go and win. The biggest obstacle, besides the fact that he's just not that great of a coach, is that Jon Gruden is not good at evaluating talent. And that's just as important in college as it is in the NFL, if not more so, since you don't have the ability to make trades, pick people up off waivers. It's a lot more important to measure twice and cut once. So what do you think? Where should Gruden end up? On his couch? Would he even be any good as a college football coach? Let me know.